We go. All right. All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week out. We come out week in, week out to preach about the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as the daughter of Babylon. All right. Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. This place is a land of confusion. All right. And I want to talk about the people on this side here that are promised salvation through the Bible. All right. This is what we believe. This is what our hope and faith is. And I'll talk about them. Those people on that sign. Judah, the so-called Negroes. Benjamin, so-called West Indians. Levi, the Haitians. Simeon, the Dominicans. Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama. Ephraim, Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the Cubans. Gad, the North American Indians. Reuben, the Seminole Indians. Naphtali, Argentina and Chile. And Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. And Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. All right. So, listen. These people that I just read are the people that are promised salvation according to the Bible. All right. Okay. And we see what's going on in the world right now, man. It's crazy. And first of all, it feels great to come out here, all right, to speak about the good news, about the scriptures, and to tell people about the upcoming destruction, all right, of the daughter of Babylon, all right, and to also tell the people here on this sign are the only people promised salvation according to the scriptures, all right. What the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ aren't his names, okay. So we are his true prophets, and we come out here and we preach, all right. And you see right now, it's crazy, all right. First of all, this is a so-called Columbus Day, all right, where what they do is niggas have any excuse to barbecue, really what it is, all right. Any excuse to take off, you know what I'm saying, throw some pork chops on the grill, all right, with some scallops and some shrimp, any abomination, anything Esau can do, all right, or even Jake for that matter, all right. But the thing about it, man, is that Columbus wasn't a good person by any means, all right. So I'm gonna start off with just a little something, an article that was read about Columbus Day, all right, and the truth about people celebrating Columbus, realizing that he was a raper, a murderer, a thief, all right, and it's despicable that people, you know, still believe in that, still worship, all right. So, all right, so the article, it says, why do we honor a man who, if he were alive today, would almost certainly be sitting on death row awaiting execution? Okay? Once again, it is time to celebrate Columbus Day. Yet the stunning truth is, if Christopher Columbus were alive today, he would be put on trial for crimes against humanity. Columbus' reign of terror, as documented by noted historians, all right, was crazy. This man, if he was here today, he should be either have been executed or been on death row. All right, responsible for the rape, rob, and murder of millions of native people, all the way from Hispaniola, all right, the people, the so-called Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Negroes, all right, and it's disgusting. That's why this place has to fall, because as America, we love these holidays, so-called holy days, all right, but it's time for the Lord to come and take us up out of this situation, all right, up out of this mess, okay. We still in captivity, all right, and a lot of those that talk about, hey, we not in captivity anymore, we're free. Yeah, we still celebrating President's Day, Columbus Day, and these are so-called forefathers that owned slaves. All right, any reason to barbecue, any reason to cook out, this place has got to go. All right. So when the Lord, all right, comes back, he's going to actually put us in our right place and take us away from this misery, because that's all it is misery. All right. Let me see if it's got any more on that. But yeah, anyway, so we got more on that, but that was basically it. His name was Cristobal Colon. His real name wasn't even Christopher Columbus. He never even set foot upon the Americas, all right? So, but he managed to do a great damage and a great deal of pain and suffering in the name of the Catholic Church, all right? Which billions of people today still worship. They still go to a place, and you see all these priests that have been coming out, this has been going on for thousands of years. This is how these people truly are, all right? Roman, that's Esau, all right? A lot of them is Esau. And so all the people that have been, all the children, all the cases, all right? Homosexuality up to the top part of the papacy in the Vatican. I believe one of the highest cardinals. And see, the Pope didn't even want to talk about it. The Pope literally was like, I'll say it, whenever I get a chance. All right, but hey, listen, we're about in the 11th hour. Okay, and economists right now will say it is almost impossible for our children's children to pay back the debt that we've accumulated in this country. Okay? So we're sent out here as prophets to go and tell forth of the destruction that's going to take place, all right, in modern day Babylon, aka spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, where is it that a place where you could go, all right, and you could be dead broke one day, get hooked up with something, some scheme, some business, and so-called be on your way, all right, living your hopes and dreams, okay? But that's not the deal for us, all right? For the people on the side, most of the time we're struggling check to check, all right? Most of the time we're suffering. It's because of the curses, all right? So we're going to read that in the scriptures in Deuteronomy chapter 28, all right? The Lord said that if Israel was not obedient, then we would suffer all these things, all right? And that's what we're going through by the hands of the so-called white man, which is Esau, all right? They are damned in the Bible. They are not allowed any type of salvation, thus saith the Lord. Deuteronomy chapter 28, and just get to the point, verse 15, but it shall come to pass, but if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to observe to do all the commandments and the statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right? So we see that non-stop in our walk in life. We see that where we have set up, as far as the so-called Native American Negroes and Hispanic, you see other people, all right, come into our community, so-called Arab, all right, the so-called person from India, Chinese, they come right into our communities and they sell us the most terrible things. Food, if you barely even want to call it food, it's either a Chinese food store, some convenience store that's marked up 300%, all right, a gun store, and they don't care about us. They treat us, the scripture says they treat us, we'd be a byword. So we're supporting their sustainable income, but they're treating us like garbage, man. It's easy to see, all right? It's easy and plain to see. So, and also here's another disclaimer. I'm gonna put this out there. GMS, Great Millstone, is not affiliated with any black identity extremist whatsoever, all right? We never speak of anything that harming anyone. We know that whenever we do preach about thermonuclear fire, all right, and that we're already in the midst of World War III. However, we are never ever preach about actually physically harming or hurting anyone, because that's not in the scriptures. That's not our time, all right? So just straight up, don't include us in that mess, all wearing black and fringes and walking around like a cape, and walking around like, no, we're not into that, all right? We're wearing sackcloth. We're in a time of mourning right now. All right? Barakatah, the fact that I'm even out here proclaiming the gospel after the few months that I've been through, all right? And also, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High said, listen, you got to be more of an example, all right? A lot of brothers know that I'm an older brother, all right? When you get to a certain age, hey, Most High is like, all right, the young lion, you know, versus the older lion, but guess what? I'm still hungry. I look at the apostles from Apostle Elder Tahar on down, and they just straight hungry for the word, all right? They love coming out. It ain't nothing to come against the other nations and tell them what's what. And they don't dare tell them, oh, you got to speak Hebrew. That's another false claim. Let's get to the scriptures, man, because I got some scriptures, you know what I'm saying, in the lesson we want to get into. But, you know, these people talking about that you got to speak Hebrew. You don't even know what you're talking about. You got to get into the word, all right? And first of all, these scriptures, they're for us. The one that keeps, all right, let me get Psalms 145, job, brothers. Let me get the Psalms, because here's the deal. People saying that they love the Lord. I love God. I love the Lord. Yet they don't follow his commandments or statutes at all. How can you say you love me with your lips, but you don't honor me with your deeds? All right? And that's paraphrasing too. All right, this is Psalms 149. Salakia, Psalms 147 verses 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. When you see the word Jacob, it's not just talking about the person, it's talking about the nation as a whole, all right? And so it says he is not dealt so with any other any nation, and as far as his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High, all right? So it's right here written. It was written already about Ethiopians and Syrians and Egyptians in the scriptures, all right? But this promise about actually following the Lord and the statutes of the law was given unto us, all right? The so-called Native American, Negro, and Hispanic today is what they're called, all right? And today of all days, the torture that they used to do, all right, was just inconceivable. The things that they used to do, all right, to a pregnant woman, where they gut her, you know, get that baby come out and stomp on the fetus and the umbilical cord, just cruel, all right? But the scriptures talk about that the ones that were given this law, all right, that the Lord is dealing with us, and we're awaiting a time, all right, a time that the Most High is going to punish, all right? We're not waiting on Barack Obama to get elected to the United Nations, basically Debo it. We don't know if that's going to play out. We ain't worried about Donald Trump saying, hey, you're welcome, black people. All right, you're welcome. Unemployment is the lowest it's ever been. We're not counting on that. Who is the demographic? Black women? Light skin, you know, is that the demographic that you put out there to explain the growth in the economy? Either way, it's not fixing the problem in Detroit. It's not fixing the problem in that the politicians are impropriety. Look at the governor of Missouri had to step down, and he lied about his affair. All right, and was allocating state funds for him. All right, I'm paying money for him to line his pockets, take his side chick out. All right, hey, they don't know. They don't know. I got this on the side. I dip my hand in the till with the campaign money. All right, hey, the Most High is, hey, listen. You better be. Hey, I heard apostles saying about Yahushua that he said that you better be lucky. All right, that we're not coming like that right now. All right. So the law and statutes were given unto us, unto Israel, all right? It wasn't given to any other nation. We know that, all right? And, I mean, it's really, really important. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 45. We need to speak about this. Russia and Syria, they're going at it right now. All right. Listen, that whole conflict, the U.S. is down there. Mercenaries, private militia, they're down there, just waiting to say, "Oh, you hit us," and then there's gonna be, "Oh, we had people there." But if everything went smooth, they would never acknowledge these people. All right.